Hi, welcome to Titan Talk. My name is Vanessa Brinkman, and I am super excited to be with, this sounds weird, my co-host, Mariana Hughes.
Hey, how are you? I'm so happy to be here with you, and I'm so happy to be sitting on this side of the table now that you are our chairwoman.
It's just so weird to be on this side. I don't know if I got used to it.
Everything is as it should be, my love.
Today is really special for us because we are unveiling a big project that we have been working on. And, before we get to our big unveiling, we were kind of talking about just you're not from Eastlake. I am not from the San Diego County area, hence the reason why I'm a big Dodger fan. But we're not from this area, but yet we still have adopted Eastlake as our home. Like, we are here, and we've, in a lot of ways grew up here. Yeah. So one of the big things is I moved down here in 1999 with my family from the Inland Empire area, and I was a part of the big expansion, with all the houses, and my parents' house was 290, and it's just ridiculous now. But, I was there when Target was not even a thing, and we saw the cows and everything. And I will never forget the first time I walked on campus. I was in Mr. Vieira's class of all classes. And one of my super bestie, Caitlin Angood, was sitting there in the chair. And the only reason I started talking to her was because she had an NSYNC picture on her binder, because I had missed Link Crew.
That sounds like a bond.
It was. Well, I had missed Link Crew. I had missed all the opening day activities because I came in October.
Right.
So I didn't get to the start of the school year. So I really didn't have any friends. So when I saw her with that NSYNC picture, I was like, I think you're going to be my friend right now. And we've been friends ever since. In fact, we did ultimately see NSYNC, later on. But what I'm trying to get to the point is that the idea is, I didn't grow up from here, right? But let me tell you, I have put roots down in here. Yeah. My kids are going to grow up here. I'm in it. And now you didn't grow up in this area. You're a Mar Vista grad.
Yes. I was a Mar Vista grad. My connection to Eastlake started because Stan Canaris, whom we've named our stadium after, was my mentor at Mar Vista when I was in ASB. So when he became the principal here at Eastlake, he's the one that hired me in 2000. And then we were living in this community in 1997. My 3 kids went to our area schools, and of course they are Titans, and they graduated from Eastlake. My husband worked at Eastlake. He was a teacher and a coach and an ASB dean and an assistant principal. I mean, when I say we bleed blue, we bleed blue. This family's all about it, and anything that we've always been able to do to help our kids and our community, I think that's what makes Eastlake so special.
Yeah, and what's funny is I remember your kids when they were babies coming into the classroom, and I'm doing the same thing now. I've had all 3 of my kids here, and they're all on campus, and it's just so, it's so great because even though I didn't grow up here, I still had the same common experiences. I have grown up as a person and a mom here. Right. So, and I really feel like Eastlake is home, which leads us to, drumroll please.
Yes.
We are unveiling a super exciting EastLake Grown. And the idea is building on that. Even though you may not have grown up in Eastlake like my sisters did, my sisters were a part of Eastlake Elementary. They were opened. Right. And my sister was the first graduating class from Eastlake Middle. Sure. It's the idea that you're coming home to Eastlake and you grow up here.
Absolutely. I think the beauty of Eastlake is no matter where you go in the community, you run into someone who knows someone that you know. And I know that is what makes it special because, we are all connected in some way, and all of us have different experiences here, and we've all kind of grown up in it together since it is a newer community. But, newer, but not so new. We just had our 30th anniversary, and now there are lots of kids, lots of families who have grown up here. So whether you are a transplant like me and kind of like you, or you're somebody that was born and raised in Eastlake Grown really means something.
Absolutely. And again, I think it speaks to the vibe that we've connected and that we've developed here. And I think it's just such a great place to enhance,
Yeah, I think the way that all came about, first of all, I have to give credit to our other partner in crime, Miss Janet Francis. She is, of course, the executive director of Eastlake Educational Foundation, and she just does so much work behind the scenes. But in one of the brainstorming sessions, when we were kind of trying to imagine what this could be, and we were all trying to kind of put our finger on what does it mean to feel connected to this place? What does it mean to feel comfortable in this community and feel like somewhere, anywhere you go in this community? And she was the one that kind of, as we were tossing it around, she said, it's like Eastlake Grown. And when she said it, I was like, oh my gosh, that's it. That's exactly what it feels like. Eastlake Grown. And so many kids and so many families, Eastlake Grown, that have come through here are doing amazing things. They continue to do that for our community.
Especially because during that planning session, we had people that were not only alumni, but we had people that were worked with the school, and they were all kind of like, well, wait a minute, not everyone went to Eastlake High School. It's like, you're right. Not everyone did, but there's a lot of people who bought houses in the community during the expansion, who are business owners who wanted to set up shop here, people who've donated. It doesn't apply just to, I'm a little one who grew up. Right. No, it's I'm helping in the growing of the community. Yes. So there's so many different ways to take it. And what I was really excited about was the graphic.
I love the graphic. And again, that's like the genesis of lots of conversations with lots of people. Mm-hmm. But since it is a throwback, I think it does really capture that earlier Cycle Eastlake that we used to have. Of course, that EEF led, that was such a great community event. And I'm hoping that when people see it, they see it's kind of like a modernized version of that, I would say. And I think it just looks great. And it really kind of, you see things that are in it that are familiar.
And that's exactly what I want to get back onto, is that idea. Like, again, during the brainstorming process, I remember talking to another dear friend, Megan De La Parra, and she was like, maybe we need to find something identifiable that we can point to and say, yes, that's Eastlake. So when you're looking at that graphic, I know you've seen that font before. Yes. I know you've seen the little flag before. And then, of course, you have the Otay Lakes. I jokingly said that we should all put the Vons logo, because everyone knows the Vons in Eastlake, but it was something that we could all point to and say, yes, that is Eastlake. I remember that. I know that. I can see it. And again, it's the threads of the community all tying together at some point.
I think it's going to be super fun to kind of celebrate this new graphic and this motto of Eastlake Grown with our community, and just really looping in other people and their stories and their experiences in the community to connect them and to, again, just bring them back home. That's what Eastlake Alumni and Friends is about. That's what EEF supports.
Everyone has a story of what their version of Eastlake Grown is, and I think that's really important. And then again, it speaks to not only what the mission is for the alumni of creating connections and everyone having a chance to share their story, but again, it's getting people outside of Eastlake High School who love it, and just as much, because for whatever reasons. But again, I'm just super excited to unveil it. So I would just want to say thank you to Ms. Janet. She was instrumental in getting this. And so if you see any graphic, sticker, purse, anything like that, should have Janet's name on it, because let me tell you, there were days where I'm like, I'm so sorry, can you go back and change this one more time?
Right. It was a labor of love. And I think that the community is going to be excited when they see it.
Oh yeah, I love the colors. It's just I'm just so excited. So we are just so excited to again roll this out, and again, be on the lookout. So if you see Eastlake Grown, don't be afraid to go and stop and share your stories. So on behalf of Ms. Hughes, on behalf of Eastlake Alumni and Friends, thank you so much for listening and stopping by and chatting with us on Titan Talk, a part of a Eastlake Plus a Positive podcast. Thank you and have a great day.